Do you love freedom, liberty, prosperity, and of course an intercontinental ballistic missile armed with a lethal payload of democracy? God damn, I love freedom. If so, well, have I got the game for you. Welcome to Helldivers 2. I hate malevolent greed. I hate malevolent greed. Hey guys. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I can't actually see anything. Is this mighty?
Become a Helldiver.
Helldivers 2 is a co-op third-person shooter made by Arrowhead Games Studio and published by Sony, a sequel to the first Helldivers, which was released almost a decade ago. These are also the lads behind Magica, the cool wizard game that was released almost 13 years ago, and since then they have been cooking, and boy oh boy have they been doing some Michelin star shit. First game was top-down, okay, how about third-person? First game had passable graphics, okay, how about one of the damn prettiest games I've played this year? Although that's not saying much, just the last game I played was Kenshi. Couple that with the visceral gameplay, beautiful and varied environments, the fun mechanics from the first game massively adapted to third-person perspective, and of course a mountain of patriotism. And well, you have one of the best co-op shooters in the last decade. That's not saying there aren't problems, but I'll get to that. This is you, a Helldiver, Super Earth's finest, sent to the far reaches of the galaxy to battle the forces of tyranny and spread managed democracy at gunpoint. Pretty cool, right? Except for the horrendous casualty rates. You can be shot, melted, or even blown up by an orbital strike, probably called in by another Helldiver. You'll need the tools, skills, and the know-how to survive, because there sure is a lot of shit out there that wants to kill you. Super Earth, a shining beacon of liberty, freedom, and managed democracy. Things are good, and then they become not good. War broke out all across the galaxy, and of course, freedom triumphed over tyranny, and Super Earth's enemies were shattered. But now, 100 years later, our old foes are back. To the galactic east lay the Terminates, or simply the Bugs. These overgrown crustaceans spread across the galaxy like a swarm of locusts, and clearly must be contained. That, and when they decompose, they produce a shit ton of oil, baby, black gold. So of course Super Earth went to get that oil, contain the bug menace. To the galactic west lay the automatons, socialist murder robots, hell-bent on destroying liberty. Nobody really knows who or what created the automatons, but their symbol is very similar to the cyborgs of the old war. Now the cyborgs were once humans who changed their bodies of flesh for that of the machine. They abandoned democracy and left Super Earth, citing their exodus on the fact they believe Super Earth to be based on lies and its people brainwashed. Of course, the Ministry of Truth, who controls all information, has since disproven this perversion of the truth. Get fucked, cybertards, wrecked with facts and logic. Thank you, Ministry of Truth, very cool. The cyborgs lost the war, and according to the always truthful Ministry of Truth, they were completely democratized. So who or what could have created the automatons? As you can see, the enemies of liberty and democracy are back, and they are even more tyrannical than last time. That's where you come in, a Helldiver, true sons and daughters of freedom. Welcome to hell. You're going to love it here, and you're dead. Wow, you survived longer than expected. Good job. Each mission has an objective that you need to get done fast, because there's a time limit, and the longer the mission takes, the stiffer the enemy resistance. Killing the entire Terminal population in a 10 square kilometer radius means nothing if you don't complete the objectives. The enemy will just call in more reinforcements via bot drops or bug breaches. Once you've completed the objectives, get to extraction and get the fuck out. There are also secondary objectives scattered around the map. If you run out of time, you can still complete the missions, but the chances of coming back home is minimal. All stratagems will be disabled, including reinforcements. You have a set number of reinforcements based on the number of players, 5 per player. It's all fun and games at 20 until the counter reaches 0, and you're certainly going to need them because we haven't even mentioned the deadliest thing in this game, other Helldivers. Remember, friendly fire isn't good. Now, stratagems, these are the bread and butter of Helldivers 2. Huge explosions, orbital railguns, Tesla towers, turrets that go fucking mechs, damn I love freedom, and of course, space DDR, yes it's just DDR. At the start it can be a bit off-putting, but when you get used to it, it's very rewarding. There's nothing like diving and successfully calling in reinforcements before you even hit that ground. Now that's hell diving. Don't think the enemy's just going to let you win, no, they're going to smash your face in. You're going to die a lot. Both automatons and bugs have different enemy types ranging from cannon fodder to death incarnate. Some are armored and will bounce light arms fire, and you'll need the big guns to beat. All enemies have weak spots. They can have the arms or heads blown off, armor plates be destroyed, exposing their creamy inside. You should always come equipped to what enemies you are facing. What works against the bugs won't always work as well against the robots. Flamethrowers god tier against bugs who won't do shit against a metallic monster who's about to cave your skull in. They also have different secondary objectives that can spawn. Each one can fuck you up in different ways, from the stalker nest that spawns creatures of pure hate that will destroy all happiness, and the spore spear that removes the ability to see anything, to that fucking Eye of Sauron. Combine all the different stratagems, weapons, armor types, and enemy strength and weaknesses, and you'll have hundreds of different loadouts and strategies for winning. You could just lead all the bugs on the matrix across the map while your teammates do their objectives, or turn Helldivers into Metal Gear Solid with this surprisingly good stealth mechanics, and dismantle their automatons stealth mission after stealth mission. And lastly, team play, because this is a co-op game. You can play it solo, but you will be missing out on what Helldivers 2 has to offer.
Seriously?
I couldn't resist. The Helldivers 2 community is truly what makes the game shine. After a team kill, give your friendly Helldiver a hug. He deserves it. He's been spreading democracy all day, because there sure is a lot of team killing. But don't worry, it's part of being a Helldiver.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Welcome to the Galactic War. You've got one job: deliver the hammer of democracy to the enemies of freedom and defend Super Earth, because this is a real war. The front will ebb and flow based on the player's input. You could go to bed having just liberated the entire Orion sector from the bugs, and in the morning, boom, the automatons have launched a counterattack in the west. All quiet on the bug front. Meanwhile, on the Malevolent Kree, current objective: survive. Every single mission counts towards the war effort. Every single planet liberated is a step towards victory. This is a live service game, and I know it's a bit of a taboo word, but stay with me, this one's done right. The game evolves as the war continues, directed by the evil mastermind known only as Joel, just an ordinary guy I guess. The devs will guide the community towards objectives, acting as Super Earth's command in the form of major orders, and depending on if the players win or lose, the entire war will react to it, like the liberation of Tianquan mech factories to get mechs. This entire system creates a real sense of scale. It also creates a common goal for the players, something to strive for. What happens if and when the Illuminate shows up? What about if the automatons reach Cyberstan and liberate their creators? This is overall a fantastic system that I haven't seen done anywhere else, perhaps Foxhole, but that's about it. You start in your very own Super Destroyer, the hub area of the game. Here you can customize your kit for every mission, new stratagems, new weapons, new sick drip, every single tool a Helldiver could have need to efficiently spread democracy. On the galactic map, you can go to different fronts and planets being fought for, from Sandhill to freezing your balls off and so on. I heard Cyberstan is beautiful this time of year. Many different planets with many different effects. Some planetary effects and call stratagems to be called in slower, or scramble stratagems that calls a random stratagem to be called in instead of what you actually called. Nice backpack fucko, that's actually a 500 kilogram bomb, and so on. Every single planet presents different obstacles that you need to overcome, like fire tornadoes on Hellmire. What the hell is even going on? And now we come to the actual review part of this review. Is this game good? Yes, with a big fat but. This game has a lot of bugs, and not the good kind, ranging from the hilarious to the soul crushing. To Arrowhead's credit, they're very quick at fixing bugs. However, every single time they do something new, it fucking breaks their game. Whoa, cool new ship upgrade, that's awesome if it fucking worked. Wow, heavy armor looks cool, more survivability, that's handy. That's where you're wrong, fucko, it's broken. Mech is pretty cool unless you turn too quickly and shoot a rocket, killing yourself in the process, or using a stim pack while in the mech, thus crashing the game. I wish I could say most of these issues are minor, but when you can't even extract without the game crashing when the extraction bug is a thing, it's pretty fucking major. It should be noted, the reason this game is broken most of the time lies in the fact it was built in the Autodesk Stingray engine. And if you've ever used any Autodesk product, you know it's conjured straight from hell. Couple that with the fact the engine was discontinued in 2018. A game engine that's well known for its non-buggy games, like a game of dwarves and of course Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide. A game famous for its very buggy launch. What the fuck? Again, to Arrowhead's credit, many if not all of these bugs are fixed, but I suspect more will show their ugly heads again. It's actually a testament to how good the game is that the community is willing to put up with these issues, because the game is amazing, no doubt about that. Balancing is another prior issue, where in the past there was railgun, breaker, shotgun, and shields only, the most boring meta. Fuck you, railgun bros. Today the options for stratagems and weapons are more varied, which is a great change. Now, the progression system is a good foundation with a few problems. When the game first released, you could easily reach level 20 or so and have every single stratagem, all the good weapons, and good ship upgrades, basically making the entire progression system meaningless. The only reason to gather supplies was for the completionist or just paying your respects to the penis rock. But now, several months later, they've added new stratagems, new weapons, new missions, new enemies, new planetary effects, thus making the entire system thicker and meaning you can't just choose the same old garbage on every mission. Now, war bonds. These are the quote-unquote battle passes of the game, bought with the in-game premium currency, super credits. And I know it sounds bad already, and you've currently got a Vietnam-style flashback of you getting railed a doggy style by EA, Ubisoft, Bethesda, and of course Activision Blizzard. But don't worry, these aren't bad. I do not mind microtransactions. It's actually something you spend money on if you want. However, if done in a predatory style, where the only way to actually progress within a normal rate, aka before my bones turn to fucking dust, then I do very much mind. You know who you are. Helldivers 2 does not do that. You can easily grind for super credits and simply find them in the world and get a war bond without ever paying a dime in a reasonable time. War bonds also last forever. No bullshit artificial scarcity. Is this system perfect? No. It can mean the only real way to progress is getting super credits once you've completed the free war bond shop, but it's a lot better than other systems out there. Only time will tell if this is a good way of doing it or not. Overall, Helldivers 2 is a fantastic game in the sea of mediocrity that is the current gaming scene. You get a hell of a game for only 40 freedom tokens, no $60, $70 or $80 half-baked dog shit. It has a few rough edges, but as Arrowhead has proved in the launch server problems and in the following months, they are committed to smoothing it out and providing a hell of a gaming experience. And I have no doubt the game will only get better with time. Why don't make me eat my own words? Jesus, this is a fucking travesty. Sony just nuked one of their premier PC games of the year. If you haven't heard already, this entire debacle started when Sony informed the community they would force the Helldivers 2 players to link a PSN account to play. Now, on the surface, this doesn't seem like much of a problem, right? Link a PSN account, okay, annoying, and I probably wouldn't have bought Helldivers 2 if this was a requirement from day one. Thing is, it wasn't. There were so many server problems at day one, they stopped enforcing it because it simply didn't work. And as many Sony sympathizers out there have been shouting, it said on the Steam page you would need a PSN account. First of all, fuck you. One little thing about having a PSN account being the only way to tell if this was real or not, tucked away in the little corner of the store page, is beyond misleading. The fact they didn't enforce this or have anything about a PSN account requirement in the end user license agreement is actually criminal. And that's not the best part. No, the thing that takes this from a casual fuck you from Sony to a shitstorm the size of Hiroshima is the fact Helldivers 2 was sold in countries without PSN services. Who the fuck approved this? This essentially means if this policy is enforced, you would lose access to Helldivers 2 since you can't make a PSN account in these countries, including and not limited to all of the CIS region, China, the entire continent of Africa except South Africa, they're just chilling, all these countries. Sony started damage control immediately by delisting Helldivers 2 in these countries. The sheer unbelievable magnitude of incompetence or show here is mind-boggling. Either Sony was actually trying to commit fraud or they truly are that stupid. Who knows? Now Sony did later retract the policy after a huge amount of backlash and Daddy Steam beginning to allow refunds of the game with any amount of game time. All Sony had to do was take the W. Just take the damn W, but Sony shows yet again they're allergic to any and all W's. The game is still, as of now, delisted in many countries. The controversy is over, but the game's reputation lies in tatters, and I sincerely hope Arrowhead can repair it since Helldivers 2 deserves it. This has been Helldivers 2. Sorry for this video taking so long, but you know I was busy getting a master's degree in procrastination. Anyway, more stuff at some point. It's maybe going to be Kenshi, probably Kenshi, it's gonna be Kenshi. See you around.
Time, Pauls. Give me them samples.
They're shared! It's a shared resource!
Oh, you pissed him off. You broke him. You broke him. You broke him.